How's it going, ladies and gents? It's Flack. Here we have the Torture PC. So I am not putting any load on it currently, and I want to actually remove the fan. I am going to unplug it first before I stick a finger in there. And ow. There we go. Very weird that doesn't show any hardware errors. I'm used to my computer at least. I think I didn't plug in my CPU cooler right and did threw an error code. Alright, so that is one screw loose. Core 0 is still, or Core Max is still at 32. There's been no temperature change whatsoever. Second screw is loose. Yet again, no temperature change whatsoever. This will actually also answer the question if this thing does have new thermal paste. Alright, 3 screws are loose. The heatsink just popped up a little bit. We are still at Core Max is 32C, just making sure, yeah, she didn't crash. We are now climbing in temperature 2 degrees Celsius. Just making sure that everything's alright. I want to make sure I don't want to destroy this thing yet. Core Max is at 35. 36. Cooler is completely off right now. We are now at 37, 38C. $39. Just examining this here. That feels like it's OEM thermal paste. I want to say that's stock because it's in a very square pattern, and which makes me think it was applied by a machine and not a human, because humans typically put a dollop of paste in the middle of the CPU. So this thing is currently running right now with no processor. Mind you, there is absolutely no load on it, and our voltages are fine. Our core usage is 0 or less than 5%. We are completely fine. It is running quite warm, in my opinion at least, at 44C in a relatively cool room. I'd say it's around 72 or 73 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. But it is currently, hold on. It is currently running without a cooler. It's getting hot, or not hot, but it's a little warm. But that's incredible. A few minutes have passed. We are currently at around 70C. This is, yes, quite warm. Yeah, let's do some more experiments. I'm curious as to if we were to put certain things on there, if it would cool it off. Alright, I just placed that on there. We are steadily dropping in temperature. There is absolutely no screws or anything holding it down, just gravity itself. And we're dropping down steadily. It's a large copper heatsink. I don't know the make and model of it. I wish I did, because I would definitely like a copper heatsink in my PC. Because they look interesting instead of plain aluminum. Seems very happy with that. Oh, it just jumped up. I spoke too soon. There is the chassis fan still on. I did that on purpose because I want to tell what the system is thinking by the sound of the fan. I want some kind of sign of like, hey, I'm overheating, because I could look at the TV or look somewhere else and then be like, oh, it jumped to 90C. Alright, I just put the heatsink, the stock heatsink, back on. It is loosely on there, it isn't tightened down or anything. But I want to try something. I want to run a CPU burner. And I want to see how fast this heats up with a loose heatsink. That's the chassis fan kicking in if you hear it. going to cut it off at 95. Yeah, stop. Alright, so what we kind of learned there is a loose heatsink will definitely cause erratic temperatures, but this is literally completely loose. And if you have a typical computer, it's going to be standing up straight, and this heatsink's just going to slide down and damage something on the motherboard, most likely.